Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aquarius October 5, 2024. You might enjoy a special project or pastime today, and solving problems or making plans can be satisfying. There can be a sweet release of tension through conversations, or involvement with others can bring you down to earth. Problems tend to be resolved relatively quickly, and it can be empowering to put personal differences behind you. You are thinking both objectively and strategically, and you're inclined to draw up plans and think about your future with optimism. Even so, later today, you may have to get over a small obstacle or delay. As well, it's in no way a good time to rush decisions. It may be best to focus on making adjustments rather than bold moves. Do your best to avoid spending too much time on issues that you can't change, are not yet fully developed, or won't be a concern for long. One of the most critical periods of the year is here for you. A solar in your zodiac sign arrived like racehorses storming out of the gate. This will put you deeply in touch with your emotions and allow you to dig deep into your intuition. You'll also likely be feeling entirely domestic and craving peace with your family or one and only. Be sensual, affectionate, tender, and harmonious, all traits that you so quickly often exhibit. If you'd like to have any essential emotional discussions with your one and only, they will likely feel your heart and spirit radiate at this time. Go for it. Get ready for powerful new beginnings to be at hand. How can you feel comfortable being independent? Typically, you prefer to do things with a buddy, even work. Although having a partner in crime is ideal, you may have to get comfortable doing things alone when the moon in your sign opposes Chiron retrograde in Aries. Part of you might be a little upset if you are feeling isolated at work or if you do not have a working relationship that will be with you every step of the way. While this might be uncomfortable, it could be healing if you are ready to fly solo at work. With today's planetary aspects at play, you could feel extremely antsy and overstimulated. You may be overwhelmed and need to come down to a more stable and comfortable place within yourself. Take 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes at night to do some deep breathing and stretching on the floor, and you will feel immediate effects. You didn't tee this wound up overnight, and accordingly it may take a week of new restorative habits before you see the results, but trust us, you are so worth the effort. If you can't do it for yourself, do it for those around you who are impacted by your emotional and mental states. You are going through some turbulence in your numerological chart these days. It would be good for you to keep your equilibrium while getting rid of certain ways of behaving. Be open to new ways of looking at things. If you aren't, you could be overbearing today and provoke some tension in your family or with friends. To avoid any breakouts with those close to you, be conciliatory and everything will go for the best. During your birthday month, the moon will return to Libra, align with the sun, and create a new moon that offers an opportunity to embrace this new solar and the journey ahead. A new moon is a time for fresh beginnings, whether launching new endeavors or setting new goals. Apart from your actual birthday, this moment will always be the most powerful point in your birthday month. As a solar, it becomes even more significant by providing an opportunity for a major reset. The next solar in Libra won't occur until 2033, and there won't be another as powerful as today's for another 2 decades. As was the case with an alignment between the Sun and Mercury, the planet of communication in Libra earlier in the week, that is still separating, happening right on the lunar nodes. Today's eclipsing new moon is also putting a balance between your own and your relationship needs in the spotlight. What is turning an ordinary new moon into a solar is also making this a day for new beginnings for both you and your relationships, and a chance to draw a powerful new line in the sand. Our eyes in the sky. Think back to a time when your reaction to a situation caught you off guard. Maybe someone said something that hit a nerve, or an unexpected challenge popped up that left you feeling frustrated. We've all been there. It's one of those moments where, in hindsight, we ask ourselves, why did I react that way? But here's the beautiful part: these moments, while uncomfortable, are opportunities in disguise. They're chances to evolve, to shift how we respond when the heat of the moment takes over. Yes, it's easier said than done, but every time we're triggered, we're gifted with a chance to grow. Imagine this: the next time you feel your frustration rising, instead of reacting immediately, you pause. You take a breath. Have you ever noticed that when you give yourself that small moment of space, a sense of clarity often follows? Suddenly, you're able to handle things with a calmer, more thoughtful approach. This simple practice of stepping back not only allows you to maintain your emotional balance but also transforms how you deal with difficult situations moving forward. It's like giving yourself a reset button in real time. And speaking of clarity, let's talk ABO. Those days when your mind feels like it's in overdrive, full of ideas, excitement, and inspiration, but also a bit scattered. You know the feeling, right? One moment you're thinking about a new project, and the next, another idea pops up, and suddenly, you're unsure where to start. It's exciting, but it can also feel a little overwhelming. Today, try focusing on one thing. Just one. Write down all those other amazing ideas and come back to them later, but for now, give your full attention to a single goal. You'll find that when you narrow your focus, the progress you make is much more powerful and satisfying. Sometimes, simplicity is the key to unlocking your creativity and making a real impact. Right now, your powers of reasoning are in top form. You might find yourself seeing things more clearly than usual, recognizing what's truly important in your life. This is such a gift. Have you ever been through a tough phase and later realized how grateful you were for those moments of clarity that helped guide you through? Today, you're in one of those moments. By paying attention to what matters most right now, whether it's in your personal life, career, or relationships, you're setting yourself up for success down the road. When life feels uncertain later, you'll be able to look back on this time with confidence, knowing you made decisions based on what truly aligns with your values. On the financial front, you might be feeling the need for a little extra security, and that's completely understandable. We all want to feel like we have our feet on solid ground. But here's a gentle reminder: being cautious doesn't mean you have to deny yourself all the pleasures in life. Sometimes, when we're in saving mode or trying to be extra responsible, we can fall into the mindset that we can't indulge at all. But balance is key. Maybe today is the day to treat yourself to something small, something that brings a little extra joy into your life. It's about finding that sweet spot where you're planning for the future but also allowing yourself to enjoy the present. After all, life is meant to be lived. And here's the good news: the stars are in your favor when it comes to your financial instincts right now. So trust yourself. Whether you're thinking about an investment, negotiating a deal, or simply managing your budget, you've got the right energy to make smart choices. Have you ever had that feeling, that quiet, inner nudge, telling you you're making the right call even if it's something small? Today is offering you that very instinct, guiding you confidently through any financial decisions. The key here is to stay grounded and not let yourself get carried away with grand expectations. As long as you keep your goals realistic, you'll find that plenty of options and opportunities are opening up for you. And if there are any outstanding financial issues or loose ends to tie up, now is the perfect time to handle them. Chances are, they'll be resolved in your favor.